It's Karson and Kennedy. We are backstage, MixFest on the Harbor. Alessia Cara, Megan Trainor, Bryn Elliott, and Jewel. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
So, playing with all of these women, can you talk a little bit about that and what that means to you today to get out there with all of these amazing, talented, strong women and share your music and share your art?
I love it. I love that you guys are doing that to support women. It's funny, everything's so cyclical. You know, I remember in the 90s when it was sort of this women's resurgence, you know, and they were like, what's it like? And I was like, we're not the first women. There was Joni Mitchell, and there was, you know, just so many great women that have come before us. But sometimes there's these magical times where people really get out and support and, you know, don't mind having all women on a bill. And I'm really proud of you guys for doing that. And the girls are so talented, yeah.
So I have a question for you, Jewel.
That's correct.
You've done so many things in your career. You've gotten to, you know, sing and make albums, sing the national anthem, all of these things. Is there anything you haven't done that you'd like to do?
Always. Yeah, I really, it's funny, I'm getting into a lot of like soul and gospel. I grew up singing in bars. It's never really come out in my songwriting. For some reason, this record has a lot of, I'll do a new song today. You'll kind of hear what I'm talking about-ish. There's all kinds of things. I sing classical music. I mean, I'm going to continue to be a schizophrenic, you know, just genre-breaking human. I'm just going to keep going for it.
Right. It's important, though, I feel like, to continue to grow and evolve. And
yeah, I feel like the only way to sell out is to not push yourself. Like, if you're not pushing yourself and breaking your own comfort levels, then you're really not living, in my opinion. It's what I enjoy.
When are you going to be acting again?
You know, it's funny. I was doing some movies with Hallmark because it was like 3 weeks. You could shoot a movie and be with your son, and like I had my child with me. Really?
That's my favorite channel. That is my favorite. Look, Kennedy makes fun of me. She's like, "You're the only dude I know that watches the Hallmark
channel."
channel.
No, I'll be like, "It's July, time for Christmas in July."
Oh, no. My wife doesn't even watch it. I'm the one who just, I'm all in.
I did a mystery series with them because it was just easy to do as a mom, but now that I'm focusing on this next record, I kind of am quitting all the acting and just really focusing on the music. Can't do it all, you know.
Hallmark needs you.
Yeah, I love Hallmark. They're nothing but good to me, but they were very kind to let me go back to the music.
All right, I guess we're going to get more Candace Cameron Bure, I guess.
I love that you know that. Let me ask you this. So one of the girls that's, one of the women that's on the show today, Bryn Elliott.
Well done, sir.
She just graduated from Harvard in May.
No big deal.
So she,
What did she major in?
Philosophy.
Nice.
Nobody in her family's ever been to college before. So
Cool.
It's the first time and she's just starting her journey.
That's
you know, like today is, you know, one of the first big shows. She was on our show last week.
Yeah.
And her dad was telling us it was the first time she had done a major
How old
market
is
radio.
She's so wicked excited.
She said, yeah, somewhere in her
23.
20s. So, you know, what would you impart to somebody 23, 24 years old just starting in the industry? What would you share with them?
It was funny. Her manager reached out to me and said that she wanted to meet me, so I made sure I looked her up and went and saw part of her show, and I thought she really did a great job.
Right.
I think you have to attack this business with a very punk rock spirit, no matter what style of music you're doing. You have to have a ferocious belief in your own voice's value. Not that it's more important than somebody else's, but that it has value, and you have to really unapologetically know who you are. I don't think you should try and fit in. I don't think you should try and sound like what's happening, not out of a pointless rebellion, but out of a belief in your own value. And I think when you do that, it's riveting to listen to. And I think it's one of the hardest things to retain in the business is because everybody's like, you should do this, you should do that, you should dress like this is working over here, and there's just so many opinions. And you have to be porous as a musician and listen, but at the same time, you just have to be really authentic. And so that's what I always hope young musicians don't lose, is just their inner guide, following their own North Star of what they love.
That's good for anybody.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
no matter what job you have.
A lot of times as women, I think we don't think we have the worth.
Yeah.
And I think what you just said is so amazing. I'm going to go write it down.
So speaking of your punk rock roots.
Don't laugh. I used to open for the Ramones and Bauhaus.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's amazing. So what weird thing have you ever put on your rider when you wanted to say, you know what, I want to be a rock star today. I want to put something weird there, and I want to make sure that they know that I'm worth something when I show up to that venue.
That's not where your worth is. Your worth is opening for the Ramones Soul Acoustic and getting the entire audience to rush the stage when the Ramones didn't do it.
So
that was
like
that's rock and roll.
anything?
No, that's just diva baloney. That isn't where it matters. You got to throw down on stage.
She's like, that's diva
That's
baloney.
Diva baloney. That's the most punk rock answer. Diva baloney.
Baloney. Okay.
That is going to be my band name. Diva Baloney.
Diva baloney.
Yes. I'm making T-shirts.
Megan Trainor, Alessia Cara, Bryn Elliott, and Jewel here for MixFest on the Harbor. Thank you for coming in and doing this. We
It's nice
appreciate
to see you
Good
guys again. I'm so
Thank you.
glad to be back in Boston.